the glamour, or I should say the new glamour in teen pregnancy. What is going on? Nowadays, it seems like it's okay to be 16 and pregnant, a teen mom. They have a TV show for it now. There was a show called The American Life of a Teenager on ABC Family about a little girl. She's knocked up, and she's still living at home, of course. Her family, she has a baby. She's helping her raise. I watch the CW, and their shows is about basically girls humping. They may not get pregnant, but they be humping, left and right. And these girls are still in high school, and it's like, for the story, we're all like, oh, Elena, Damon, oh, Elena, and Steph, and oh my God, they had sex, great. But they're still in high school. They didn't even walk and get their damn diploma yet, and we're all happy about it. Why is that? And why is there now 30-something-year-old grandmas now? The whole new thing now, instead of you being calling, I know a lot of grandmothers don't like to be called grandma. Makes them feel old. Fine. If you're not old enough, you consider, over 50 to be called grandma. A lot of people, they used to say, Nana. Nana seems like that's too old now. And then it was Mima. Mima's okay. Now, the whole new thing is Glamor. I'm a glamour because I'm glamorous, but my hot ass daughter had a baby.
Okay. All right. Let me address the elephant in the room. Now, the thing about this is just my opinion. Mm-hmm. If we had a disclaimer, it would air. Mm-hmm. But we don't, so I'm just gonna be real. Okay. You got these women. You got these young girls, 16, 17, 18, 19. Even though 18, 19, they kind of sort of consider you a grown woman, an adult. You're still a teenager. So you got these teenagers, and I see it all the time, and it's very bad that I see it. But whatever your mother does and encourages will directly, if you're a female sometimes, directly influence your life. Now, I done seen girls post pictures with their mother. Me and my mother turned up. Yeah. Your mother need to turn her ass down. Go cook. I've seen 19-year-old girls in the club with their mothers.
That's because the mothers, okay, now, everything ain't for everybody. I understand that. The mothers had them young. 9 times out of 10, when you see moms and their daughters hanging out because they're really close in age, okay, they may be only 14 to 15 years apart. Mm-hmm. So I'll tell everybody, I don't care. I'm 32 right now, okay. If I had a child of 14, we'll be at that age where we're ready to go party together. I'm just now getting into my groove, trying to get my life right. Everything that I couldn't do back then because I had to raise my child or whatever. You're starting to get there. And then that child, your child, is trying to live their life as normal as they should at that age. But you're backtracking. So now you're meeting in this awkward middle. Now you're becoming the parent and the friend. But then that child's like, okay, well, if mom could do it, I get knocked up. I could do it too. But the problem is, majority of the time, that child is still living underneath your roof. Okay, so if your child gets pregnant early, you give them this, for the people that didn't live in my household, they have options. I had no options, okay? You get knocked up and it's not going down. Like you said, disclaimer, everybody, doesn't agree, but whatever happens, happens. And if basically you're not bringing the kid in this house. However, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You're not bringing the kid in here. Nowadays, it's, well, if you're responsible enough, you finish school, you do what you have to do, I'm not going to take that choice away from you. Yes, I am. I'm going to take that. This is me. This is not for everybody, but this is me. I'm going to take that choice away from you because if I'm struggling to support you, you have the nerve, the audacity to go someplace else, open your legs, or if you're a boy, skeet unprotectedly into another little girl and bring another life, and nobody can barely feed y'all. Y'all not even old enough to get jobs.
Now, something funny. This is a funny story, but at the same time, it's a very real story. I'm a man.
Mm-hmm.
I was sat down at the age of like 15 or 16, my very first day of high school. I was told adamantly, and you better not be having sex either. Do you know how much teenage sex was thrown my way when I was in high school?
Yeah, believe me, I know.
And do you know how bad I thought about my ass getting kicked if my mother found out I had sex?
Because you had to put the fear of God in these kids.
Let me tell you, I had a snitch. I had a snitch for a downstairs neighbor, right? Yeah, he was a snitch. I ain't scared of him. Fuck him and his muscles. I ain't scared. But anyway, he was a snitch. So what he did was one day, my mother's whole thing was, don't have no company while she ain't home. So one day, I thought I could get away with having some company while my mother wasn't home.
Okay.
So I had my homies, and we had girls in the house, but we was really just chilling. But we had girls in the house. So you know how teenagers are. We weren't doing anything, but this bald head motherfucker. One, he threw my company out. This is my company. You ain't my daddy.
He threw your company out.
He threw my company out.
Because it takes a village.
No, village my ass. He threw my company out. That was strike one. That how they say it takes you a while not to like somebody. I thought he was the coolest dude until he made my company leave. I was like, I don't like this nigga already. He made my company leave, and then he told my mother. Luckily, my mother wasn't in an ass-kicking mood that day. She just, told me off. But the fact of the matter is, stern parenting goes a long way.
What if you didn't have that parent figure, though?
Oh, God, I probably would have been... If I didn't have somebody that let me know that they were going to knock me upside my shit, if I brought a kid into this world, I probably would have a kid right now. When I was in high school, I was in my senior year of high school. This young man came into high school. He was a freshman. Him and his girlfriend, both freshmen in high school. By the time I graduated, because once I graduated, I used to always support the local, the high school teams and everything, because I still had family members that play football, basketball, and everything. I used to go to their games. The girl got pregnant her freshman year of high school. By the time she was a junior in high school, she was on her fourth kid.
Oh, no. Oh, hell no. I would have got the bitch tube side. I'm sorry. No, you know what? Don't even get her bitch tube side. Take out her whole uterus. Remove the fucking uterus. Who the fuck told you to be sitting up here fucking all these days? Who is... That's when the government needs to get involved. I'm sorry.
Now,
they need to just snatch that shit and burn it.
One thing I will say, and I'm not trying to be racist, this young lady was Spanish.
We ain't gonna get on it. We not going there. I'm not gonna go.
You see it
I'm not going there.
You see it happening a lot in all cultures.
All cultures.
But I will say that blacks and Spanish people are the ones you see it happening.
But I'll tell you one thing, MTV is putting on white bitches on blast.
White people get a whole damn sitcom.
They get a whole damn TV show.
And what makes it so bad is they get not only a television show, but they get seasons of this shit.
Yes. And then they get put on, if you go to the supermarket, you see them on People Magazine or, Shay from season 5.
Whoever's the executive producers of these shows, somebody get word out to them. I challenge them. The same shit that's going on in Peoria, Illinois, wherever the hell they tape these damn fantasy shows that make pregnancy look all glamorous and everything, come to Nook. Film these little tramps that's having these babies. Film them. No, you want something to get viewership. Film them going to fill out them damn applications for WIC. Yeah. film them trying to do that.
But you know what? They're not going to do it.
Film them going to Shabazz and Barringer and all them other high schools.
They ain't going to do it.
I know they ain't going to do it.
Because they're going to automatically get a lot of flack saying that, oh, you're stereotyping. Oh, you're coming after the minorities. You're saying that all minorities are like this. No, I'm saying that Samantha, okay, and Shaquanda and freaking Jasenia. They're all three of them. All, no matter what freaking color or race, you're all hot asses, and you need more parenting. If you don't have a parent by blood, you need a parent by like just a parenting figure. You need something else. You guys need another outlet. If your mom's not home, or your dad, or your aunt, your cousins, your uncles, whoever, if y'all don't have that person there, that doesn't mean that you call this dude that's been whispering in your ear, you know what I'm saying, since you were 13 years old, talking about some ain't gonna hurt. I'm just gonna put the head in. That shit don't work no damn more.
Putting the head in leads to a whole body coming out.
I have 2 words. I got 2 words for put the head in. Pre-cum. And them little monsters is running through on pre-cum. Okay? I know. I ain't gonna tell you how I know, but I know. But them little monsters run through on pre-cum. Don't get the shit twisted. You could be 14 years old talking about someone my mother said, or my daddy said, or no, it's not even about my mother or my father. Now it's my friend said. Don't listen to your little hot ass friends. They don't know neither. They know that their little coochie itching, but they don't know why. Because they ain't got no parenting, okay? Don't listen to your friends, because I'm telling you. I'm telling you. They start early, okay? They start even younger.
You make it sound so terrible.
It is terrible.
It's terrible for teenagers, but you making it sound bad for us now.
They're starting earlier. My child is in the 5th grade. She was already receiving kick messages and text messages from a little hot ass boy. I ain't gonna say no names, but the mama is on my Facebook. Get messages saying, well, do you do nasty stuff? What type of nasty stuff? You are in the 5th grade. The 5th grade.
Maybe
you are like, what, 10, 11 years old?
Do she eat boogers or something? I don't know.
You know what type of nasty stuff he talking about? Fresh stuff.
When I was in 5th, I ain't gonna lie. When I was in 5th grade, we was pants rubbing.
What?
Dry
humping?
No pants rubbing. No pants rubbing. We was doing that. I mean, we was doing that. You know, if I catch you, we got to do it for 15 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I remember that.
I thought I was getting all kinds of questionable antics done. I'm sitting up there rubbing, ain't doing nothing but burning my damn private parts.
Exactly, rubbing all that fabric together, right?
Like, why is this? And I was telling, I would tell my mother and father, but they was just like, I don't know, was you scratching it or something? I'm like, it burns, it hurt. I ain't telling them I was rubbing my damn Jordashes on somebody else's and scrape my stuff up. Like, it burns.
Nasty ass.
Put it in some cold water.
Put some Vaseline on it. Now, now, what do you think about this? Like I was talking about the grandmothers now, the ones that had the kids young, and I guess they're like, well, you can't really fault these kids because I did it. But what do you think about these grandmothers and grandparents now that are basically like I said, calling themselves glamours and glamorizing this whole thing? Is it if you could afford the kids or whatever, fine. But what happens when you're in that lifestyle? Well, you're ready to have another baby before your eggs start to shrivel up. So now your sibling, like your child's sibling, is now growing up with their
like what is it?
Their sister or brother is now growing up with their niece or nephew.
I laugh because I've seen it. Mm-hmm. Like, and what I say to the grandmothers is, like, stop. There's nothing wrong with having a relationship with your. Because we're speaking more so on girls, with your son or daughter. But a lot of these parents, they sit there and say, I'm trying to have a relationship with my daughter, my son or daughter, which is cool. Don't be their friend. Be their friend, but be their friend after you're their parent. Teach these teenagers not to do the things that we're doing. Okay, all right. Yeah, we might turn, we have fun. We turn up with each other when Beyonce comes on. That's both our song. We like it and everything. After the song go off, you not mama in the club.
Right.
You mama in the house. You're
Right.
you're the mother. You're the
Right.
father.
Yep.
Be that be that full circle.
And how about the guys? Like, of course, we're telling the girls, like, basically keep your legs closed. But the guys, it's so easy for y'all to just skate and go about your business. Now, when you skate and go about your business, this is not just for young people. This is for grown ass men too that don't know how to skate and protectedly and not get caught up in the nonsense with the kids and the child support and stuff. But when you're younger,
I never had that problem.
thank God for that, honey. But what do you tell the young men and the men in general, your homies, like, there's so much more stuff than just teen pregnancy that they have to worry about. It's, herpes, gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis, stuff that you just cannot get rid of. It's a big bump, okay? A big bump going around.
Wrap it up.
This
day and
wrapping it up,
this day and
obviously,
age,
is
you
not
gotta.
helping a lot of
What
people.
you have to do is, you know what I mean, everything right now in America has a selling point behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can get Ludacris to do a safe sex commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Half these teenagers out here they might see Ludacris,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't care about Ludacris because Ludacris was when we were, know what I mean, 18, 19, 20 and everything like that.
Right.
Get one of these little ashy dry niggas like Chief Keef to make a safe sex song. I guarantee you, Chief Keef is like, it's so sad because Chief Keef is product of his environment.
Okay.
He lives in Chicago. Chicago is crime ridden, crime filled. Everything is guns, drugs, and everything. He's a 16, 17, however old the boy is.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he's making music about.
Okay.
Let that young man make a song about safe sex. Personally, I think it would be the funniest thing I've ever heard in
They don't
I don't know
perform
when.
it. They're not going to talk about it because they don't perform it.
But
Ludacris
see,
has
here's the thing.
a love child on the side, and he's up here all taking pictures with his girlfriend, and
Try this on for size.
he got some random ass
Try
shit
this
pregnant.
on for size. The person that I'm talking about that influences a lot of these young people's minds, 16, 17 years old, Chief Keef got, I think, a 2 or 3 year old daughter.
Yeah.
So he's a teenage father himself.
Right.
So you get this guy to make a song promoting safe sex. Get all of these people that are looked up to.
Right.
I have never heard Beyonce. Young teenage girls are Beyonce stupid right now.
Right.
Everything Beyonce can make a song about scratching her butt. You'll have young girls making vines scratching their ass.
Yes.
Now, what I'm trying to say is, when will Beyonce make a song? She's talking about all of this sexual stuff in Partition. I ain't hear no line in Partition where she said he pulled out the condom and he rolled it down. I ain't hear nothing like that. No safe sex reference in that song.
That's because she's a married woman now, so she feels like she shouldn't have to do that because she's married.
She's still looked up to.
She is that whole ship has sailed over her head. I feel like the whole Beyonce ship of her being a role model and stuff like that she's so beyond that. She has already gotten to that level, and now she wants to backtrack. It's too late, honey. It's too late, because now you should have been singing all about that sexual stuff when y'all was just going together, when y'all was just dating, when y'all was just engaged. Now you're married with a child.
True.
Now you sit up here talking about some drinking watermelon. Honey.
Yeah. Well.
And now you got little 5-year-old girls talking about something they want a surfboard. They don't know what the hell they talking about.
I'll kick my daughter upstream. She say something about some surfboard. We got some people in the chat box. Shout outs to Naya Stewart. My girl Naya, what's up?
Hey, Naya.
She says she can't call in because her phone is dying, but she says, but I'm the first of 3 generations to make it to 21 and not have a baby. My mom might slide me across the floor if I came home pregnant at 21.
Go ahead, Naya.
And she also says, my parents had me at 17 and 18 and had me on lockdown. I didn't lose my virginity till 18, and soon as it happened, I still got slid on the floor and put on birth control.
All right now. I hear that. Give your mama a kiss for me. I mean, I had like a whole bunch of generations in my house. Like, my great grandmother was there. My My grandmother, she passed away when I was 12, and then I had my mom, and then I had my uncles, and I had a whole bunch of people in my house. But the only person that ever really told me to, basically keep my legs closed was my great grandmother. But it was to the point, God bless her soul. She was like, you know what? If you are going to open up your legs for a man, make sure you're getting something out of them. Now, all due
What?
respect to my all due respect to my great grandmother, she was born 1911, okay, and she worked at the doll factory. She worked at she built her own empire, and she worked her way up. She didn't need a man for anything, but let me explain something to you. She owned her house. She did everything on her own, but she let it be known, if you want to come lay with me, okay, if you want to be this, you want to come up in my house, you want to turn on the lights, you want to use my electricity, you want to eat up my food, you want me to cook for you, you're going to have to give me a couple dollars out of your paycheck each week or every 2 weeks, however you get paid. Now, that's not prostitution. What basically what my great grandma was saying, look, if you want to deal with me, you want to be, with me or whatever, you're going to have to be a man and provide. I believe that as women in general, young, old, or whatever, we're letting a lot of these guys slide through and get our cookies or whatever for free, and then what all they could do is they could easily just walk away and give us a baby, or not give us a baby, whatever, and just walk away, and that's it. But our soul is taken. Everything from us is taken, and it's taken when they walk away, and it's easier for them to walk away. What I think as parents, what we need to do is really instill in the men, when you put your Peter Weeder inside a woman, you're taking something from her. Okay, whether if you get her pregnant or not, you are still taking something away from her. Young ladies, when you do have sex with a man, you are giving him something. You may think like, oh, I just fucked him, it's okay, no one. No, a piece of you leaves with every man that you sleep with, a piece of your dignity. So you need to be very careful. Believe me, I know I'm not talking out of my mouth. I know I'm grown. There's plenty of dicks I wish I could give back. Plenty. Because they ain't had no business getting any piece of me. But you have to learn this young, because you have to pick and choose, and you have to decide which ones are worthy to give that piece to.
I have like a kind of like a funny story, and then after I tell the story, we're gonna take a break because we a little behind schedule. Bear with us, y'all. We're a little behind schedule, but I'm 29, right? And this is what I say when it goes back to parenting, right? I'm 29 years old, so I was telling my family, because I share things with my family. I don't share everything with my family, but I share certain things with my family. So I was telling my family about how I was having a young lady, coming to visit me. So I said, I'm probably, I was just saying, and I was being honest. I was like, I'm probably not going to be downstairs in the living room. We're going to be up in my room, just chilling, watching TV and everything. You should have seen, I swear, if looks could kill, I would be in an urn right now. Not my mother, my grandmother looked at me as if to say, if you think you are taking anybody upstairs to your room while I'm in this house, you got another thing coming. So when she looked at me, I was like, Grandma, why did you just look at me like that? And my grandmother is like, if I say it, it's rude. You know why I looked at you like that. So I'm like, Grandma, I'm 29. I don't care how old you are.
Right.
So it's just like, it's a certain level of respect. Not only that you should have, all right, because Grandma might not be around in these issues, but your mother's there.
But your mother's there. Right.
You bringing somebody to your mother's house and smutting off. You ain't got no respect for your mother.
Right.
Your mother might not care.
That's another thing. Your mother not caring, but that's
there's
a whole
something that
story.
lies in the situation. But we're gonna take another music break. We'll be right back.